Organizing the old to build the new. From the block to the stacks, yeah, we bringing the view. Daily updates, the news never sleeps on the chain. Bitcoin insights, we washing out the noise in the rain. You want that alpha? Yeah, we got the hub in the palm. Navigating Web Creek, keeping the community calm. Chatting up the builders, yeah, we open for the play. Marketing and partnerships, we leading the way. Organized media, orange pillar stands tall. Bitcoin and stacks, yeah, we answering the call. Chill and chill, navigate the space with the best. Put your energy plan to the ultimate test. Real-time updates. The future is now. The organized media. Let us show you.
All right, folks. It looks like we had a little bit of a technical scheduling difficulty, so we are working on rescheduling. But I don't think we're going to have BTC Pay server on today, unfortunately. I'm actually going to rerun today's SIP show. It was actually a great conversation. There was a lot going on. So if you guys missed it, we're going to replay that. I think I have it available right now. I have to double check. I'll get that set up shortly. So stay tuned. And don't forget, we actually have Tinderly coming on to do his first episode of his own live stream later tonight. I believe it's at 4 p.m. Eastern time. And Nosferatu will be producing, so we're really excited about that as well. Stay tuned, there's a lot still to come on the DeOrganized daily live stream here today. So we'll see you with more shortly.
Bitcoin, Web3 insights. We here. Yeah. The organized media.
You organized media.
The organized media. The hub of the digital gold. You ready? Let's navigate. Look, we done organizing the old to build the new. From the block to the stacks, yeah, we bringing the view. Daily updates, the news never sleeps on the chain. Bitcoin insights, we washing out the noise in the rain. You want that alpha? Yeah, we got the hub in the palm. Navigating Web Creek, keeping the community calm. Chatting up the builders, yeah, we open for the play. Marketing and partnerships, we leading the way. Organized media, orange pillar stands tall. Bitcoin and stacks, yeah, we answering the call. Chill and chill, navigate the space with the best. Put your energy plan to the ultimate test. Real-time updates. The future is now. The organized media. Let us show you how. Yeah. Check at the organized BT. Stay locked on the X. We exploiting the potential. Moving past the complete.
Sip call fades, but the repo remains. Just in the logic, truth in the chain. Sip call spinning up, Friday in a frame. Screens glow softly, builders by name. Governance talk,
Feeling the groove on Hero's Sip Call show song that he created. I don't know if you guys know that Hero Gamer, amongst all the amazing stuff he does for our community, is also pretty sick music producer now. Awesome stuff, guys. We got Sip Stacks Improvement and Community Innovation Friday going live right now. Gonna bring on Hero Gamer. I think GP might be around. If he's available to join us, he's welcome to jump on in. How are you today, Hero? What's going on, man?
Oh man, I'm loving the tile. You made a new tile for us.
I did that in the last 10 minutes in between shows.
Amazing.
I was trying to figure out what the heck was going on with X. It does seem to be back, actually.
Well, no, I meant the little graphic of three of us.
Yeah. Well, so I made that. I made that for in the background. So if we're not on here, so in the intermission. And I made that in the last 10 minutes. I literally made that. I was working on it earlier. It took me about 25 minutes to make that between the end of the morning show and what we're doing right now. And actually, that's also our thumbnail, because I figured out some different ways to clip things on YouTube while we're streaming without canceling the stream on X. So we can continue the stream on X. It's this one long day, all-day stream, and do segments on the YouTube, and it makes it easier. So now we'll have this will be a lot easier to share out today, because after we're done, I can switch it off. Now we have a separated segment from the live stream of this without interrupting our long stream. So we're excited about that. And that's why we need the thumbnail, because it'll also help us identify the clips differently. So yeah, I'm glad you like it. I might reiterate it a little bit as we go, because it was a little bit short time, but I'm telling you right now, ChatGPT is my go-to for making thumbnails. It's actually it hits more than it misses right now. Yeah, it's doing good for me.
Wow.
So happy Sip Friday. It's been a lot going on in Stacks this week. Really excited about the stuff the AIBTC guys are doing and what's going on in the working group there. Zenatron was on earlier talking about his SIP, and I think he's going to be joining us in a little bit later too. Yeah, what's on the agenda for today? What do you want to talk about? What do we what's the most important stuff we should be looking at with what's going on in Stacks? Because I know that there's so much to cover.
Yeah, I cannot say what's most important.
Sure. That might be a little bit.
From my perspective, it's all about joining, participating. Therefore, for me, the most important topic is a proposal proposed by Timothy on the Stacks forum. Always love to see people coming up with new ideas and writing up something about it.
Yeah, for sure.
So I invited him to join. I hope I did send him the link, so I hope it got to him. And I asked if Dan can join us as well. So let's see. Do you see them in the audience?
I don't see either of them on stage yet to join us, but if I'll hear a little notification when they jump in, so as they join, I'll be happy to bring them on if they do.
Yeah, X is a little bit buggy today. It's the same for you, right?
Yeah, well, so we were replaying some of the GP's been making amazing content, by the way, like updates and short form stuff, and I was like, oh, this is perfect. We have 2 10-minute videos we can play during the intermission while we're between shows. And it was about 5 minutes into the first one, and all of a sudden it just stopped. And I couldn't figure out why. I thought it was me. I thought I lost internet at first. It wouldn't load, it wouldn't run. And then I realized nothing on X was working at all. It does seem to be back though. Okay, and I guess GP's got some personal stuff, so he won't be able to join today. He's going to jump out. Not a problem, though. Really cool, Hero. Too. I don't know if you're familiar with a project called BTC Pay Server. We're actually going to be interviewing one of the founders today at noon after the SIP show, and it's payments infrastructure on Bitcoin. And I wonder if it actually can also help solve some of the problems that we're trying to solve, like with the Pillar project and some of the other things we got going on.
I guess you can think of them as like alternative to SBTC Pay. They are basically leveraging the Lightning rail. So, it's, as far as I know, it's payment on L2 via Lightning. I don't know if they do L1. Probably they have the optionality, but I'll be keen to know. But no, they are one of the more trusted OG payment integration rail for any website that want to send and receive payments in Bitcoin.
Yeah, right. So merchants that are looking to accept Bitcoin, and we do have some options that we're working on Stacks too, like you said, SBTC Pay.
When are you interviewing them?
At noon today. So in about an hour and a half. Yeah.
Wow. That I'll definitely be tuning into that. I'm interested.
Yeah, and it probably only be like a half an hour. And this was actually we've actually started to get a nice little relationship with the people over at Bitcoin Magazine, BTC Inc. We had one of the George McHale from he's also part of an organization called Bitcoin for Corporations. He came on to talk to us last month. We had another potential with one of the other guys over there to come talk to us last week, but it just didn't line up timeline for when he was available. I think he got too busy for us is actually what happened. But we're constantly talking with them. They're also the ones that put out the Bitcoin conference. So we're very much in line to be press pass official again for Bitcoin Vegas in May. So we're really excited about that too. So lots developing, lots going on. So many things happening in the ecosystem too around stacks and just development on Bitcoin. It's really lots of mainstream adoption. So anyway, I'll let you kind of take us where you want to go with your agenda for SIPs today.
Yeah, let me do a quick screen share. My computer is a bit laggy. I don't know what's happening today. My computer heating up.
I suspect we're going to get more and more of these things as the Cold War, I guess maybe the cyber war heats up. I think that a lot of this stuff is players kind of tweaking each other, saying, "Oh yeah, you're going to do this. Well, we're going to do this," kind of thing. I think that's what's going on with X. That's what happened with Verizon earlier in the week, and possibly some of the bugginess of everyone's having internet connectivity issues. Things are going slower.
Cool. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Cool. Yeah. So I thought just first start off with Stacks Forum. Because every week before the SIPCO or during the week, I come here. I basically monitor kind of what's going on, what people are talking about, especially the ones that are more relevant to SIPs. And so this is just I'll tell you my process. And one of the ones that came up was this one from Timothy. And he basically proposes to standardize some security traits. And I hope he'll come on and introduce a little bit more about this. But essentially, they have something on Ethereum, and he's looking to do something like this on Stacks, so that when a new developer writes a smart contract, they don't have to go through the same manual writing of all these codes. It can be modularized and be used by developers. So it's all about like access control from a person who has a small contract, who launched a small contract, able to have more settings essentially. But I hope he'll come and introduce his SIP.
So
so just the landing page for that.
When did he propose that?
Sorry.
That's when did he propose that?
This week, I think, 12th of January. So when is that?
Just a couple. It was earlier.
About Monday.
Yeah. So I haven't even had a chance. You mentioned it to me earlier in the week. But I haven't even had a chance to read through it.
It wasn't long.
It should be very interesting. I think I lost you here. You still with us? I can hear you now.
Yeah, I'm here. Sorry, I don't know why my computer is heating up.
I'm telling you, it's state actors. They're making things harder for everybody.
Yeah, what was your question, please?
I hadn't had a chance to go through the SIP. But I do think that it's very important that we have more security oriented in innovation in any respect. So this was it's Tyrese, but Therese is the author or the proposer. Hattie is with us, I think. Hattie's joining.
Can you repeat the question, please?
I was just this is the one that's proposed by Therese, or on the forum, his name on there is Therese. Can you hear me? No.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, sorry.
Yep,
yeah. His name is Therese or Timothy, I believe. He's the author.
Very interesting. Hattie's just joined us. What's up, Hattie? How you doing today, man?
Yeah, hey, sorry I'm a bit late. I had a podcast it just took I overran a little bit, so apologies.
No worries, man. How's your foot?
Oh, you're gonna tell the whole world. My foot it's better. It's still.
Is Hattie in the house?
Hattie's in the house.
Hey,
I think you're on,
Happy New Year.
a big delay.
So buggy today.
I'm on a delay or Hero's on a delay?
No, I think Hero's on a delay. I think Hero's got a delay. I don't know if you
I wonder
noticed.
if it's
Hattie,
me
but
or X, because
X went down like a half an hour ago. Everything was not working. I think it's back up, but it's Harold's been having some buggy issues with his computer, so I'm not sure if he's hearing us and or he's on a.
I'm hearing you guys now. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, I think we're getting better.
All right, that seems better now. It seems like we were delayed. You were hearing us on a delay, Hero.
Yeah, sorry.
No worries.
Yeah, what was your last question?
No, I was just talking about in general how it's important that we have more discussion and ideas in the direction of security.
Yeah,
because it's not necessarily the most sexy stuff to get into, but it's hugely important. And more standardizations for security is only going to make the ecosystem stronger. Is basically what I was saying.
Yeah, so what I did was I threw his forum into Notebook LM. I don't know if anybody has used it, but it's a really great tool. And what you could do is you can create a new notebook and put in like the link here. So you just like copy and paste the website and then you can like start talking to the LLM about this thing. And from my understanding, based on the conversation, I think it's quite relevant to DeFi and NFTs. So I think it can be leveraged by various apps. So I encourage people to give it a try.
Yeah, I will say it's one of the apps that I've used a little bit, but I don't know if I know really how to use it. Like, it's a great way to kind of keep basically all of the information on a specific project or a specific subject together in one place. But I don't.
Why don't I just quickly show you?
Yeah, absolutely.
So essentially, you go to Notebook.LM. It's a product by Google, and the good thing about it, you can add and remove sources. And so I come here. I want to add a source, and I go to the link. I click like website or what, or you can paste in plain text, or you can either insert files from Google Drive or from your desktop. So in this case, Stacks Forum here is just a URL on its own. So I click here website, and I paste in the URL. So the LLM only has the context of this. So you probably want to feed more general Stacks content or Bitcoin content so that you can talk to this. But that just make it simple. Let's say you already started, you have one source, it's about the forum. It basically knows everything about what's being said. You can start asking questions like, what type of app would benefit from this SIP, for example. Are you guys seeing it?
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
And then you will like, it'll tell you like the different stuff. It'll give you the answer. It's like building your own little database, and then you can start like prompting questions, or even make like video overviews. For example, you can make infographic about it. So I just, I fed everything about it. So let's just say I want to make a quick infograph. You can have lift square, portrait, landscape for different socials.
Oh man!
And let's just say a concise one, and I want to put it to X as a post. So if you remember seeing some of the videos, so I made those videos of the working group calls using Notebook.LM.
Very cool. So you're all right. I get it. So you're kind of you're getting all of the information from those working groups, putting into a Notebook.LM, and then making your summaries and reports out of that.
When I do my summary, I don't use Notebook.LM. I use a notebook taker called Granola, and then I need to. There's a lot of cleaning up I need to do manually, but I leverage that because Notebook.LM can't listen to the call. I use a note taking app to listen to the call, so that it gives me a rough meeting notes.
And you put that into Notebook.LM.
No, I don't. I just bypass that. I just use ChatGPT
to make the summary.
Yes, to make a general summary, yes, or within the meeting note app, because you can like prompt it to rewrite it, so it's pretty cool. But if it's to do with like understanding a forum conversation, I tend to use Notebook.LM, because you can add, like, for example, I can add another source, which is like the SIP repo. And then you can give this like another context so that it knows more and more about the SIP and the context that it sits within.
Yeah, so it seems like a great tool when you're getting into a deeper subject, and like I use projects in ChatGPT, and that kind of keeps some information together but this maybe is a little bit easier to manage your sources of information, add more information, and that kind of thing. So
yeah, and you can manage the sources really easily here. You can turn it off, turn it on. You can delete it. You can't edit it, but you can delete it, and you just keep adding sources. Yeah, it's pretty cool. I think there's a limit of 50.
50 sources, but then you
So,
could,
for example, I just told it to.
Go ahead.
I just told it to do infra. Yeah, no, I just it's kind of delayed. Sorry.
Yeah, no worries. We're DeOrganized. It doesn't matter. And it's just how it goes sometimes.
So
too,
it can give you like infographics from the stuff, from the sources that you specify. Yeah, we've had many weeks without problems, so it's been good.
We were due. Yeah, we're due. That's awesome, though. That's a great infographic. Like it doesn't. Sometimes you have a hard time getting it with all that information and like all the text. Even the icons look normal too. Like this actually, wow, that's crazy.
Yeah. So I think it
Really
does a pretty decent job. I wouldn't say it's the most attractive. It probably works well on PowerPoint slides. Probably
Right.
works less well on a small like thumbnails, like on X. But it gives you like a simplified overview for probably most people's needs.
Yeah, lots of detail, and it does make it seems like it actually gets it all together. That's cool.
Yeah.
It just makes it easy, even if it's just for your own purposes of trying to get a handle on the information.
Yeah, and you can use like videos and stuff. So just have a play around with it, recommended. But I tend to just use it for like understanding the SIP proposal, whether it's in GitHub PR or on Stacks forum. So yeah, it's really useful tool. So who's in the room now?
Right now it's just you, me, and Hattie.
Cool. How are you doing, Hattie?
Hey, very good. And you? Happy New Year?
Yeah, Happy New Year. Yeah, I haven't spoken to you after New Year.
Yeah, this year's gone a bit quick so far. We're already halfway through the month. It's crazy.
Already more than halfway. We're in the second half. It's the 16th today, man. I've observed this for a while now, but it's starting to get so fast. It's scary how much, pushing 50, but I feel like the 50 to 70, 20 years is going to go by a lot faster than the 30 to 50 years. Unfortunately.
Yeah. So if I may circle back to the SIP a little bit. So basically, like the conversation was like just an idea, and then Jesse from Stacks Foundation suggested how about move it to do a SIP as a potential SIP at least, and there was like different people chiming in. I'm starting to see the forum getting more active. So maybe thanks to our work, everybody's work. So Triple Monkey chimed in here, said like love the idea, and I think it takes some work to understand which parts needs to be standardized before we finalize the specification, so to speak. So I think this SIP is still early and require various people's input, probably from NFT marketplace, or maybe even from Zenetrons, or even from the DeFi protocols. So I think it's still early, but would love to have him on to introduce this properly.
Yeah, for sure. And just to see what kind of feedback he might be getting now, what kind of feedback he's actually looking for, and that kind of thing. But we definitely should be directing more. Any app builder should be weighing in on this. Anyone that's developing an app or a protocol on Stacks should actually have some input on this as to what they think is useful and what they think might not be useful for these these security standardization proposals.
So let me just ask Notebook LM, what kind of feedback would be the most useful to Timothy?
We can probably, maybe we can simulate some feedback.
Yeah, maybe. But anyway, so that's one item. Hope everybody go and check it out. And I'm starting to see Rafa getting really active on Stacks Forum, which is amazing because this is the type of activities that we need. Because if you try to talk about this on X, it's just not going to work. It'll get lost. You can have like a brainstorming on X, but if you really want to have it down on paper and be there permanently, like people will be able to see, Stacks Forum is the place to come and post about it. And he has taken the initiative to write stuff about it. So I think you are probably a little bit more familiar with this one. I know it's not exactly a SIP, but I just encourage people come to Stacks Forum, do this.
Yeah,
you want to tell us a little bit about it?
Sure. So what spurred this is I think you're familiar, Hero, but for those that aren't, there's an app that Rafa and Grant Nisley from Stacks are working on called Pillar. The general premise of the app is to make a really easy, like one button onboarding and purchase BTC with leverage. So it's like getting people with Bitcoin to deposit their Bitcoin. It's built on a bunch of the primitives from the Stacks DeFi, BTC DeFi protocols now, like Stacking DAO and Zest and Bitflow. And so it's all it's a passkey login, so it's super easy onboarding into a very simple Bitcoin leverage interface where you deposit Bitcoin, you're depositing the Bitcoin, and you end up basically you're going through a leverage transaction where you're getting 1.5 times your Bitcoin in SBTC. And it's for long-term holders. It's not a trade. It's not a short-term position type of thing.
So but it's really what is he wanting though? What is he saying here?
So one of the hangups is that there's no real easy on-ramp process. So someone that holds Bitcoin has it somewhere and they can send it from there to an address, and that's a process that has some friction because of the time frames involved. But we're working on trying to find ways where we can onboard people. This might be their first experience. They're going to buy some Bitcoin. They might on-ramp with fiat, and there's no real easy fiat on-ramp into Bitcoin into Stacks mechanism. And I actually proposed in the group, there's a Telegram discussion on this as well, and I commented just a little bit down below this too, that I think the workaround might be, if we're focusing on fiat on-ramp, maybe fiat on-ramp via MoonPay or Transact or one of those third-party vendors where you can on-ramp with a credit card, debit card with USD into USDC on Ethereum, then bridge into the USDCX bridge on Stacks, and then make the transactions in the background, route them through the DEXs to facilitate the purchase of Bitcoin or SBTC for using in the Pillar transaction, something like that. But that's really one of the things we need more than anything else right now is more, better, easier on-ramps for fiat and or for bringing Bitcoin into Stacks through the onboarding experience in a new application. And also as part of that discussion is also, this is a novel idea specifically for Bitcoin, but the on-ramp mechanism, the one touch, no passwords, no seed phrases, just using a pass key, simple onboarding into whatever app, can be infrastructure for the development of a bunch of smaller single use or more focused use applications that are going to be available to onboard more people based on the experiences they're looking to have, in an abstracted way and an easy way. So that's what we're working on there. But specific to this post by Rafa, he's looking for, I guess the hang up was we thought we had it solved with Coinbase Pay, or he thought, I say we, but I was just part of the conversation. I'm not a tech guy. I don't know how to make it work. But we thought he had it, and then there's a hang up somewhere in the sending, because when you send Bitcoin to Coinbase, they make it hard for you to send it right back out of Coinbase. So the model doesn't work for what the process that they thought they had worked out. And that frustration where he thought he had it solved and then he didn't is what prompted him to make this post, I think.
Okay, so my understanding is that if you want to get if the eventual goal is to get the SBTC on stacks, various steps. Currently, one of them, probably the most popular way, would be to have a centralized exchange account. You go from your own bank, you send money to the centralized exchange via their on-ramp, and then you off-ramp 2 stacks, right? This is probably the standard way. But what Rafa is saying, correct me if I'm wrong, is that he proposes to just onboard on-ramp via the wallet itself, and you can via on-ramp via passkey or no passkey, but either way, it's directly the on-ramp from fiat to the passkey wallet, and then from there directly to stacks. Would that be correct to say? This is what he wants to achieve?
So what the goal is to achieve is to onboard either holders of Bitcoin or non-crypto native people, holders of Bitcoin that are not on stacks yet, and or non-crypto at all native people. Easy onboard without having to set up a Lether or X1st wallet, without having to go through the seed phrase process.
Yeah.
They can just see some kind of marketing that says, earn Bitcoin with your Bitcoin, 1.5x leverage made easy, powered by stacks. And they click a button, it brings them to a landing page. That landing page has them create a wallet with a passkey. They download the passkey. That makes their account on the platform, and then brings them through an on-ramp to either bridge in their Bitcoin that they already have. Many of these people are holding it in Coinbase, and or use fiat to purchase some Bitcoin in stacks. One of those two scenarios. And then when they bridge it in, they're also facilitating an onboarding with a leverage transaction for Pillar. So that's
he wraps everything behind the scene and make it look like it's seamless. And I guess the main difference here sounds to me like one of the options is the fiat on-ramp. You said the other option was BTC deposit. That's another option. But for those who do not have BTC, the fiat on-ramp is important, right? So that goes straight to the passkey wallet and to the leverage thing. So there's you don't have to go through a centralized exchange, in order to have your fiat to BTC and BTC to stacks. You go from just credit card to leverage.
Yes, exactly. And Hero, just to let you know, and welcome Timothy. Timothy has joined us.
Perfect.
So he is on stage with us now. Welcome, Timothy. How are you today, man? Can you hear us okay?
Yeah, I think today just X is so fucked.
It could be that it looks like he might be frozen. Timothy, if you can hear us, sometimes if you have an unstable internet connection, it's best to just switch off the camera and just do audio. Sometimes that makes it a little bit more stable. Oh, there he is.
I'm fine.
Hello.
Good day. Inconsistent I have with the network.
That's okay. We're DeOrganized. It's not a big deal. Welcome. We're happy to have you here. Thank you for joining us today. Can you hear me okay? Let me just send him a note in the private chat in case he can.
That's okay. Yeah, so I really recommend everybody looking into this thing. I think it's an ongoing conversation regarding Rafa's idea. It's not exactly SIP, but I think this will improve all the experiences on stacks. At least add a huge optionality, right? Because this optionality is missing. And yeah, if there is a way to make it easier, that would be awesome.
Yeah, and I think, like I said, like my excitement about this isn't just like I know the goal of Pillar is to onboard people into more Bitcoin in and more people engaging into Bitcoin DeFi with leverage, but the exciting part about this for me is really the streamlining the onboarding and streamlining the on-ramp of funds into the ecosystem and creating that that infrastructure that can be repeatable for and standardized for whether via SIP or just because it's there and available in the library and useful, and people can build now a bunch of the heavy lift of the onboarding piece for a bunch of smaller apps now exists. So you don't have to think about that. You just have to integrate it into whatever else it is you're trying to onboard people into. And so you can make your apps better that way.
Cool. Anything else you want to share with the people? Or Hedy, do you have any thoughts?
No, I haven't got any thoughts per se. I've got a update.
Oh, well, why don't you share the update?
Yeah, so Dan from StacksPay there's a V2 that's on its way, so he's just in the updates. The only question was whether a new SIP would be a new pull request would be better, or just to add to the present. So basically just adding some changes to make it mobile first.
Okay.
So some mobile elements. My personal viewpoint was to create a new pull request to make it V2. And then we can push some publicity around that and some discussion and create a new stacks forum around it. But it may be better just to keep it on the old one and just show the progression. So in other words, like, hey, this has been updated. We are still working on it. So it was just really asking you in peace what you thought about that.
All right.
I would say I don't think it's happened very often, but I think just for tracking the history of the conversation, maybe it's better that it's all in one place, and you can rename it to V2, but you will have the conversation from V1 anyways in the PR. Let me check the PR.
Yeah, I was just in two minds as to what might be the best approach for this. So I'd like to keep the PR, obviously, but then I thought maybe it might help to put a new PR in
I think from the perspective of pinging the people, because when people comment on this, once you make a new comment, it gets pinned. If you start a new conversation, like a new PR, like all these people who are important to conversation won't get an email. And when you don't get an email, you probably don't get notified to feedback. So I would actually probably recommend just announce like some sort of update here saying it's V2 and change, because I think as an editor, you can change the heading this. So adjust it, whatever you need. So that would be my gut feeling, to keep leveraging the same thing and just make a update, because with each time you make a update, you'll have a history here, and with up here you will get like a V, you can say V2 update, and then you will update all the text in the original draft.
Does it maybe make sense to keep the original PR, but maybe make a new forum post to try to get a little bit more engagement in the conversation that way? You can link it to the current PR and then update it in the PR.
Yeah, it could be. I think that could be.
Do. Mine was more the question because we haven't dealt with this yet, where somebody updates as like a significant update.
I mean, it's just an update, but it's a major update versus like a small tweak. It's still an update, but it's not a bad idea if we do this. I think maybe what you could do is make a new topic saying stacks pay V2, but you link it back to this original conversation. So that serves as a forum post. But my suggestion for how to deal with GitHub would be to keep everything here.
Okay, so on the forum we can link the two articles, can we?
Yeah, what you could do is say, I'm just gonna make like an example. You can go like so new topic, so stacks pay V2, and then previously here introducing V2 and then you can link it back to what it was previously to introduce as a new update or pivot or whatever. And then once you created this, you have a URL that you could throw it back in here if you want.
Okay, so once the update's done, then we can do the article and just announce it and then start the conversation. Cool.
Yeah, I think so.
We're just asking because I've never dealt with it. So if there was an update,
Yes.
do we just change it to V2 or do we do obviously
most of the people would keep the update. There's no like V1, 2, 3. Most of the PRs go through iterations, no difference to like this agentic one. And then when they get feedback, like throughout the process, they just update and update. So it's constantly being updated, typically, whatever relevant feedback.
Okay, perfect. Thanks for that.
Yeah, I think the only difference is probably more major update than a small update. That's probably the main difference.
I do want to take a moment to welcome again Timothy. Welcome. Looks like you're having a little bit better connectivity issues. How you doing, man?
Yes, thank you. Yes, thank you. I'm right now. Yes, I can hear everyone clear. Yes.
Do you want to quickly introduce yourself?
Yes, once again, thank you for having me here. I'm Timothy, as you've known. I'm a member of Stack Accent program. So I'm building Glamora. It's a decentralized fashion marketplace. I'm building on Stacks blockchain. So it's a way to enable we the African creators to be able to put our work out there and get massive recognition and own control over it. So actually, while I was writing this contract, working on this project, I discovered that liquidity patterns across contracts. So I started thinking, how can we in such a way that it can be reusable, like the way solidity. So I started thinking along that line, and then I decided to bring out this proposal, this security traits patterns, to see if the community find it worth building, and then from there we can pick on from there. So I'm just here to get feedback from you guys, so we can see how to move from there.
Awesome stuff. So tell us a little bit, is there any specific security issues that you were finding trouble with, or is it just the lack of standardization that if we could get it standardized, it would save a lot of work for developers moving forward?
Exactly. So that we as developers wouldn't be reinventing codes. Most times we get it wrong. I know Clarity is heading to a point whereby a lot of people are pushing projects out there. We don't need to push vulnerable projects. We need to battle-proof all these projects so that it won't be tampered with. So that's what I'm thinking, and that's from where I'm thinking. It's not as if I had any major, but writing those contracts over and over, it brings bugs and all that stuff. So I'm thinking if we can just standardize it and make it reusable for most devs coming up, and it could be better.
Yeah, I agree with that. So what kind of
coding easier?
What kind of feedback have you been getting so far?
Yes, I had one from Code on, I've forgotten the name, but yes, Code on .0. He said something that actually opened my mind, because as it is now, Clarity doesn't support inheritance. Clarity is mostly composition. So, and then I decided to break it into two, because if we can have the first part, start small, they standardize it, and then later on, when Clarity supports inheritance, we can implement that. I think that would work also.
That's very interesting. It's getting a little bit over my head as far as I'm not sure what the difference between composition and inheritance is. So, do I understand correctly? In general, if you have security standardizations that are inherited, they just automatically exist in new contracts?
Yes, you just import them. You just have to import them. You don't have to rewrite or reinvent any code. Just import them. Yes.
But even if they're standardized and they're not inherited, you have a library you can go to and write it in. You can copy it in anyway.
Exactly.
Yeah. So either way, it doesn't require inheritance to be valuable to get standard.
Yes.
So what's if I ask the opposite, what would be the benefits if it were inherited?
Then if it were inherited, we don't have to reinvent the code. You just import it straight up and then work with it. Because I remember I was working on Solidity for a different project. I was for a hackathon I was actually involved in. So I had to just I had to just import from OpenZeppeli, and it actually worked. So I was thinking along that line too. If we can just import it without reinventing it, it could be easier, and then easier for auditing too. Yeah.
So when you how do we get that? How do we get the same on Stacks to the point where it's just as easy as on Ethereum? Does it need to be inherited or not inherited?
For the stage out with Clarity is that right now, I'm sure it doesn't support inheritance. The models composition. So I was thinking if you can just standardize it at this stage, it works. Standardization can work at this stage, but inheritance won't work until maybe Clarity is upgraded or something. But at this stage, yeah. At this stage,
I got you. I think it's because it's a different programming language, and it's less of a black box. I guess it's very explicit in everything, so everything is spelled out. Maybe that's why it cannot do the inheritance right now. You have to specify everything.
Yeah. Okay. But basically, what does the community think about the idea? Is it something worth working on? Is it something we can put in some work to it and subsequently make it work?
I would think so. It really depends on, in the short term, the demand that other builders have for that. I can see value in it as a non-builder. Like if I were going to start developing an app, having a resource library available to draw from and not have to come up with all of these on my own would make a lot of sense to me. I don't know what the demand is in the marketplace generally for these things, though. But you're a newer developer in the platform, so your experience suggests that there is demand for these things. Have you talked to any of the other developers in like Stacks Ascent or any of the people that are participating in the D grants and stuff like that?
Yes, I've spoken to a couple of them. They actually like the idea of not being able to reinvent the code, just have to draw from the library and work with it.
I mean, it sounds like it makes sense to me.
Most of them actually love the idea.
As far as I understand, I had a quick chat with NotebookLM, a Google product. My understanding is that it gives the developer, like it helps with the safety control, like safety setting. Would that be correct to say that's one of the main benefits, that the developer have better access as to who accesses this smart contract? So for example, I think back in the days when you deploy a contract, anybody can mint in public. They can mint without the website. They can just go call the smart contract directly on chain. But with this as an addition, the creator of the contract deployment contract can have more control as to who can call that contract. Would that be correct?
Sure. You're hitting the point.
And for example, if you want to rate limit, or if you just want 10 people be able to mint it, you have more granular control to the smart contract.
Yeah.
And I don't know, the NotebookLM tells me that you can building like emergency situation, emergency management. Would that be correct? You can post a contract.
So, just on the concept of inherited versus compositional, is it if it were inherited, would that mean that builders have to use those security measures? It would basically be required if it's inherited? I think Timothy might be.
I think my understanding is that it's not to do with the user side. It's whether the Clarity protocol would inherit this thing, so that You don't have to rely. It's a little bit like the passkey situation. You have like a native one, or you use like a third party.
Right. So is it, well, but I don't know. Right now it's not inherited. So like even passkey is not inherited, right? Because
No, passkey is now native to Clarity 4.
It's native, so it's in Clarity, native.
Yes.
But it's not inherited because Clarity doesn't support inherited. I'm not even sure. I guess standardizations is what it is. So it's the way it would work now. They would have to go to the library and plug it into whatever the code for whatever they're building. Versus if it's inherited, it would just be there when they start creating an app. If I understand correctly, we got Dan Trevino in the house.
I just gave a SOS to Dan.
Morning.
Morning, Dan. How you doing today, man?
Pretty good.
How you're telling us that there's a V2 on StaxPay getting ready to come up.
Correct. Yeah. Sorry. Yeah. So the original StaxPay is focused on kind of making shareable payment links. It's a way to bundle transactions into a simple kind of single bundle, encode it, and then be able to share it easily. And that was the main focus. V2, basically, actually, if you scroll down, Kieran, I think, made a comment in here about some of the limitations. So I actually took that and extended the proposal with some of his suggestions. So basically, SIP30, if you're familiar with it, SIP30 basically provides an RPC way of talking to a wallet for an application. It defines some like primitives that should be available, like get address. And this is basically how other wallets work, right? You just go look at a window object. For those technical people out there, you look for an object in the window and you say, hey, give me an address. And then you say, sign this message or send this transaction, whatever. So SIP30 kind of codified that stuff. And like I said, Kieran pointed out that there was, I think it was Kieran in the StaxPay SIP proposal, pointed out that like where StaxPay ends, kind of SIP30 starts. And so basically what I've done with the second version is kind of extended StaxPay to include the same kind of terminology, except it's not a direct window object. We're kind of using the LN URL. I'm kind of proposing that we use the LN URL flow, where you can still use these same primitives, but you're acting via remote HTTP calls, secure HTTP calls, instead of just like communicating with via RPC via like some window object. So that extends the functionality beyond just like desktop and extensions. It basically allows us to do mobile much easier, much more completely. That proposal is, I'm still finishing it up, but I'll have it done soon, including a basic TypeScript implementation. And then have some other implementations like Python and Rust later. But yeah, so that's StaxPay version 2 coming soon.
Very cool. And actually, having Dan here, I think, would be a great input on what Timothy was proposing. Timothy proposed a recent SIP on a standardization of some security traits on stacks. And there's a forum post that's up. We're looking for more engagement on that. Dan, as a longtime builder, would you see value in some standardization of some of the security functionality on Stacks. I think most of us kind of think it's a no-brainer, but would love your perspective on something like that. I know you're not necessarily familiar with the SIP, so we're talking more generally at this point. But Dan, Timothy, Dan. Dan's an OG builder. He's been building a number of things in the Stacks ecosystem. Knows a lot of stuff about it. So great having him here for his input on this.
Yeah, I haven't had a chance to read. Hey, nice to meet you. And thanks for joining the Stacks ecosystem here and contributing back to it, I guess. So I haven't read the full thing yet, but like I would agree with what he's saying here. Like these are the things that we're all implementing at some level, and to have, I think, to simplify the patterns for how we do these input validation and like the access control, all these things, right? Like to simplify this so that it's like one standard way of doing it, or at least a standard way of doing it. It makes it easier for people who are new to this, new to Clarity, to kind of know how to build out their contracts. So yeah, this looks like a great idea. I mean, I'm surprised nobody had thought of it before. This looks really great.
Nice. So you get the boom stamp of approval on the conversation so far. Dan, if you have any input, would love to have you when you have time. I know you're generally got a lot of free time these days, but in between stuff, if you can actually jump into that forum and just give some feedback, would be great.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay. I will, definitely. I mean, the thing that we definitely need. I mean, people have talked about an open Zeppelin type of thing for Stacks for a while, but like I said, defining these individual traits where it's just like, hey, here's how we're going to do input validation. Like that's the simplest thing for me to wrap my head around. Or pausing contracts. Like I saw there was an implementation for that. Having those things, like I said, that are easy to do, that are standardized, that anybody can point to and say, here's how you put these basic mechanisms in place. Again, these are basic security controls. Like you said, everybody's using them. And I think it lowers the barrier for people to start experimenting and playing with Clarity in general. And it's secure. It helps secure a lot of the the contracts from if people are trying to do some of this stuff themselves. I think LNow had some comments too about some standards that maybe I don't know if anybody on the forum has commented about those, but there's some other things that I don't know, maybe could be included, maybe not. Again, I haven't read the whole thing, so. But I'll check the forum if somebody hasn't added that. I'll point a link. I'll put a link to those, and I'll leave it to you to decide whether that's valuable enough to add or not.
So would that be correct to say it's almost like having some codes that's everybody agree on and is already vetted, like audited, and then people can just take that modular box and insert it into their contract without needing to rewrite their own stuff. They can just take like from the library and take the book and put it into their contract.
Yeah, from my perspective, that's exactly what it looks like. And I would say like Hero already has some template contracts out there, right? Like the NFT contract and stuff. This is more modular. This is more kind of building Lego blocks that you can use in your own contract. It's not the whole contract, right? So as people build out, like if we had those things widely available to everybody, like here's how you pause your contract, boom, you plug in this trait, right? Here's how you do the set access control, right? And if those traits are, again, widely available, standardized, so that people can just plug them into their contract, building those Lego blocks so that people can build out more complex contracts, it's just easier. And again, it lowers the barrier, I think, for people who are new and exploring Clarity for the first time to understand how to get started. And so I think this is a great idea.
Yeah. Thanks for your input.
Very nice.
Yeah, thanks for
Awesome
input.
stuff. So, I think that this is, when we step back and look how far we've come, where some of the things we've been seeking to achieve is just getting more general participation in these working group calls, which we're doing. And I know, Dan, you've been on a number of times, and then this is Tim's first time. And
Yes.
we're
And I'm happy to be here.
We're getting more SIP proposals. We're super happy to have you here too.
Actually,
appreciate that.
interesting you mentioned the working group. Each working group is almost like spitting out SIPs now. Like AIBTC is spitting out A0 agentic SIPs. Clarity Working Group was talking about other SIPs. In fact, I will actually recommend Timothy to join the Clarity Working Group next Tuesday.
For sure.
All right.
And because there, you're going to have even more security experts who are very familiar with smart contract, the Clarity smart contract. They can give you really good feedback.
Yes.
Get him into Gary's DM, the Zero to Clarity DM group too, maybe. I think that's where usually is the.
He cannot add because of some X bug, but I think RV can add Timothy into that group, and then I think it's a good group for you to join to get some feedback about this SIP.
All right.
Sorry. Peace. You were talking about working groups. It just.
Oh no! I was just kind of going over where like these things are becoming more organized, integrated, connected with a lot more people in the communities. We're getting more SIPs. We're getting more engagement on the Stacks forum. We're getting more participation in the GitHub conversations on the SIPs. So everything is really coming online for a lot of the stuff that we talked about trying to achieve. Maybe a year ago when we really started.
No, 100%.
More.
100%.
Thank you, Dan, for joining. Always a pleasure. Hero, I don't know if there's a whole lot more we have to touch on, and I don't want to cut it short. We do actually have a segment scheduled for noon.
No, that's the main stuff. I think I wanted to talk about Timothy's idea and welcome him to the community. It's really important. And I recommend Timothy to go to next Tuesday's this thing. I'll give you. I'll direct you in DM. Don't worry about that.
All right. Appreciate that.
And what else?
Also, just want to let you guys we do this every Friday at 10:30. SIP focused. Always a pleasure. I know it might be a little early for you guys, but if you're around, feel free to drop in. You guys have the link. It'll be the same link you used to join today. So, and if you need it, email or DM me, DM Hero, Hattie, we'll get you in. But we always want people participating in these calls. All perspectives on whatever we're talking about are not only appreciated, but we really, it's what we need. More of this.
Look, I think every day almost there's some activities on Stacks Forum. But back in the days, maybe it used to be like every 2 or 3 days, but now there's a lot more activities every day. So keep driving people towards the forum. I know Peace, you're doing amazing job at this, like our chief marketing officer basically on SIP. So thank you so much for your effort.
I don't know if I go that far, but I appreciate, it is what it is. It takes a lot of us to get together and just kind of keep cranking along, and we're doing very well. I think that we've come a long way. We have a lot more work to do, obviously, but I'm super encouraged. I mean, I love doing this every week. there's always something to talk about. No matter what we end up lining up, we always end up going over now. We could have talked about a bunch more things too. So
yeah, let me just say the few last words. So every group has it's almost like every working group has its own call every week. So you can join any of these, follow Stacks Foundation, you will see the links. And at the end of each call, I write a bit of recap about it. So for example, if you're interested in AI BTC, basically the conversions of AI and Bitcoin, you can come here and read about it if you missed the call. And there's a lot of like resources here you can like visit and start like diving into it, or join their community call on Discord. So it's pretty obvious like the call to actions and the notes from the call. And the other thing I wanted to touch on was I think Zenitron mentioned about his idea, right? PC wanted to know like what's the next step.
Yes, he's made his PR and he's not sure exactly what he's looking to do next.
Yeah, so typically I would jump in here. Sorry, give me a sec. So typically I would jump in here and say I will pass his stuff to the cabs and the editors, but I'm starting to phasing myself out of that sort of intermediary place to maybe some, like if we can leverage the zero authority to do that job, that would be great. But during this transition period, let's say, what I did was I did give this SIP to the SIP editor. I think the SIP editor should basically start like start looking at it. And actually, you just see like Werner, he's one of the SIP editors. He commented on it, quite a lot of stuff. So he took his time and did comment on it. So I think now is for him to read the public comments and see what needs to be changed. So I think this will be the most immediate next step. And then once he's made those changes, if there are any more comments left, then he still need to continue to address it. If not, if it's all good, he'll be passed on to the cabs to do like some kind of votes, basically. Okay. So the most immediate step that I can see, because SIP editor already jumped in, is to read the comments and see if it's worth addressing.
Okay. So, and I would imagine that responding to every comment in some capacity probably helps move this process along versus...
It's important, yeah.
Yeah. All right, so the next step is to just go into the comments, check what the responses are, and engage those comments and see where that goes.
Yeah, a little bit heads up for Timothy. You go through the same process. Like
yes,
you made the really right first step to put it on your idea on Stacks Forum. Once you get all the correct feedback, more or less, you will need to put a PR in the SIP repo. And I'll give you a template for it later on down the line, so it's easier for you to do. In the meantime, keep grinding on this SIP via the forum, via the Tuesday Clarity call. And then once you get to a closer to final stage, submit a PR, and then Werner will jump in, and the SIP editors will jump in and take more refining.
Okay. Sounds good.
So that was the last thing I wanted to call out, the Zenitron stuff. And just the next week, we still have the full calls next week. So do join the Stacks working group calls for anybody who is interested. So we have the Clarity working group, AI BTC Working Group, the marketing one, and the SIP show.
Right on. Lots going on. Lots to get into. Any last words from anybody before we wrap up? Thank you guys for joining.
Yeah, thank you for having me here for my first. Oh, okay. Yeah, thank you for having me here. This is my first time, and I really enjoyed it. I hope to keep on with these SIP calls and the Clarity Working Group on Tuesday. Thank you very much.
Great to have you, man. Really appreciate your contribution to the ecosystem. Just proposing that really actually is a huge deal. So thank you for that, and try to encourage other people that you're matriculating with to get involved in the same way. We need as many people as possible, but you're always welcome and happy to have you. Thank you, Dan, by the way. I think that the stacks, really looking forward to the update and more functionality from StacksPay. And guys, go check out boom.money, by the way. It's coming. I can feel it.
I really enjoyed, Dan. Thank you for my Hadi.boom.
I think Dan is just edging us, you know.
That's what. Where is off my lawn?
Don't act like you don't like it.
I love it, man. I love it. Awesome stuff. Hattie, thank you, man. Appreciate you, Hero. Another fine show put together, and we can't thank you enough for all you're putting together in the ecosystem. Guys, that is it for me. I gotta take a quick break, and then at noon we will be back with Michael Merkel from BTC Pay Server, and Bitcoin Magazine reached out to me and actually asked if we wanted to have him, and I said, of course we do. Yeah, we want to hear more about all the options that are out there in the marketplace, and so we're excited about that. He'll be on in about 10 minutes, so stay tuned. Thank you guys for joining it today, and tune in again next week, 10:30 a.m. every Friday for stacks improvement and community innovation on DeOrganized. Thank you, guys. Peace out.
Thanks, everyone. Bye.
All be filled with pride. From core to code, the chains alive. Sips in session, future in stride. Sip call fades, but the repo remains. Jazz in the logic, truth in the chain. Call spinning up, Friday in the frame. Screens glow softly, builders by name.
post is a signal. Give it fuel. BoostEggs, the social value layer.
Let's go.
DeOrganized media keeps the mind share. Growing in the morning with peace and GP. Keep you knowing the alpha keeps flowing. The hunters tools they be showing. The AI Gale keeps them in clips that be glowing. Consistent on the daily, they bring Bitcoin news. Ethereum, Solana, and stacks and other L2s. Showcasing new projects and giving you clues. Just do your own research and don't give us abuse. When the people are informed, peace brings on the chat. Spotlighting guests and filling up your bags. The flag doesn't matter as long as you grab. Take the gold mic and let us know where you stack. Up from the underworld, the game master arrives, bringing the games that satisfy the hive. Hunters come running, it keeps them alive. Scouring the planet for the treasures inside. Stacks improvement takes a sip, innovating the chain, letting the community know it's the name of the game. Spreading awareness and helping.
Good morning, my friends. It's your old pal Peace Love Music with another episode of the Let's Go Good Morning Show, brought to you live by DeOrganized Media in partnership with our amazing friends over at Bitcoin Live Decentralized Broadcasting. Special shout out to Bitflow.finance, who helps us make this all go. Love what's going on over at Bitflow. If you are looking to trade Bitcoin, stacks, runes, and more, Bitflow.finance is the place to go for the best swap rates. It is Friday, the 16th of January. We got a lot going on. It is Stacks Improvement Friday. So we got the news that I'm going to be bringing on shortly. We'll chat around with the boys. We'll play some Find2Earn rounds at 9:30. At 10:30, we have Hero, Gamer, and Hattie joining us to talk about the latest in Stacks Improvement, what's going on in the Stacks Improvement proposal world, how things are changing, what the engagement is. Getting lots of engagement on the Stacks forum and more proposed SIPs coming all the time. Lots of action and activity there. So we're super excited about that. At noon, we have a special guest, Michael Merkel from the BTC Pay Server project is going to come talk to us about what's going on with that. Very interesting and timely, because it might actually affect some of the interesting projects being built on Stacks as well, providing some infrastructure opportunities that maybe we didn't know existed. Maybe it does, maybe it doesn't. But it might be a great opportunity just for you to know about different ways you can send and receive Bitcoin. So that's happening at noon. Also, I believe later on at like 4 or 5 p.m., I think it's 4 p.m. ET, Tenderly will be doing a standalone show on the live stream today. So we'll be running through at least 5 or 6 o'clock tonight. Nosferatu is going to be producing that show. So we're expanding. We got more people contributing in more meaningful ways all the time. Super excited about that. Friendly reminder, this is a news show. We're providing news and information, some education, some entertainment, hopefully. But never financial advice. Always do your own research. Never invest money you cannot afford to lose. That being said, the numbers this morning, let's take a look at these numbers. Oops, we're actually a little ahead of ourselves. Bitcoin coming in at 95,369, not terrible, down almost 1.5%. Ethereum holding on to 3,300, even though it's down 2%. That's not the worst case. I know things are getting a little shaky. People are maybe getting a little concerned, but I would definitely not capitulate. I'm not capitulating. Stacks down 5%, but still over 36 cents, way over 35 cents, holding on to 36 right now. Interesting numbers. And we have the top 3 gainers for the last 24 hours. Chili's. Wow, I haven't seen this one in a while. I didn't even know what the price used to be. I know there was a while where Chili's just ripped a few years back. Dash, again, this is like a throwback. $88. So Dash is an oscillator. still. Sky, not familiar with, another 4%. So we do have a few gainers, but most of the market is flat to red. Worst losses are 9% off on Polygon. Man, I feel bad for those guys. I do. I do not feel bad about cutting that bag when I did, though. I believe I hold more stats because I sold my Polygon. Which is probably still a net positive move, although the timing may not have been perfect on when I got into stacks with my Polygon bags. But long term, happy to be holding my stacks. Let's take a look at Tenero and see what's going on in the stacks ecosystem. Oh no. Oh, that's right. Okay. Go to stacks. So we do have mostly red. Leo's up. Alex is up. B Pepe, the only Pepe coin you need to know about. So we have a couple of winners, mostly losers on the stacks. Meme coins today. That means there might be some opportunity, guys. Smart buyers buy on red days. Just gonna say. Tenero.io is a great place to go to do your research on stacks and a number of other Bitcoin-oriented ecosystems. Sports.fun, Spark, soon to come Rooms, and Citria, and OpNet support. So really excited. Probably more to come too. Great stuff going on with what they're doing over on formerly STX Tools at Tenero.io. Like that. And right, so let's get into the news. Has the 4-year cycle in Bitcoin come to an end? And experts explain. I have my own opinions about that, but let me actually. Why is this? The music's too loud. I'm too old, so the music's too loud. It just is what it is. I gotta turn it down. I apologize if you guys couldn't hear me. I think you could, but it's too much for me. I'm getting old. I hate it, but I am. Bitcoin 4-year cycle. The 4-year cycle question is really a market structure question. Has Bitcoin's behavior changed because the participant mix changed? Maybe. In prior cycles, the halving narrative and retail-driven liquidity were dominant forces. Now you've got ETFs absorbing supply, corporate treasuries and structured products influencing flows, and a broader macro environment where liquidity conditions can matter as much as crypto-native catalysts. The argument that the cycle is over usually means volatility may be dampened, drawdowns may be shallower, and the market might look more like a macro asset with extended consolidations. The counter argument is that cycles still exist. They're just distorted by new capital and new plumbing. For the audience, the practical takeaway is don't anchor on one model. That's a great takeaway. Do not anchor on one model. Watch liquidity, ETF demand, and derivatives positioning alongside halving dynamics, because Bitcoin's price discovery is being shaped by more inputs than ever. And that's the takeaway. There are more inputs on the price discovery for Bitcoin than there has ever been. So the cycles the cycle isn't gone, because the cycle is built around the Bitcoin halving. It's a 4-year halving cycle, and that does have supply implications, and that will always have implications on the market. But we've definitely seen that the halving didn't create the same kind of price action as we've seen in the past, at least not immediately. It seems to have been more drawn out as there's more players involved. We also had an all-time high run before the halving, which was a new phenomenon that hadn't happened in any other prior cycle. So the cycles are different. They're not gone. It's not over, but you can't predict the same. It's just going to look different. They'll rhyme a little bit, but it does seem like the dynamics are stretching out. It's healthier to have a more consistent run up than a euphoric blow off top and then everyone holds because they don't want to believe it's over. They want to believe that they were that smart, that they made all of those gains from good moves and they weren't kind of lucky to be in the right place at the right time. And they hold and everything crashes, and they hold because they think it's just a trick. and then it takes a long time to correct. I hope that cycle is over. I don't want to experience that anymore. I want it to be. There's way more adoption to come. So, do I think the price, the cycle is over? No. But I do think that it's going to be very different moving forward. That's my jack-off realtor opinion, non-financial advice. State Street rolls out new crypto tokenization tools. State Street launching a tokenization platform matters less as a cool crypto headline and more as a signal about where TradFi thinks the future back office lives. Custodians don't chase trends for vibes. They chase infrastructure that can lower settlement friction, reduce operational risk, and give clients new product pathways. If tokenization becomes standard, the winners aren't just the blockchains. It's also the firms that control custody, reporting, compliance, and integration with existing capital market flows. That's why this is a big deal. It's another step toward tokenization being treated as normal financial plumbing rather than a niche experiment. The second order effect is narrative. When major custodians move, it gives asset managers and institutions more confidence to explore tokenized funds, tokenized collateral, and faster settlement rails, especially if they can do it through trusted incumbents instead of building from scratch. It's interesting. It'll definitely be very interesting to see how things go. More adoption. That's what this is happening. More adoption and more money coming into crypto is really what this boils down to. Very interesting. Here's another one. Goldman Sachs CEO says firm is actively exploring tokenization and prediction markets amid evolving U.S. regulatory. Goldman CEO. Did I just read that same one? No, I didn't. Goldman CEO essentially bundles three trends into one thesis. Tokenization modernizes assets, stablecoins modernize settlement, and prediction markets modernize information and risk pricing. That's actually a very interesting way to put it, and accurate in my opinion. But none of them scale cleanly in the US without a clearer regulatory perimeter. That framing is important because it's how institutions justify adopting new systems, not crypto fun. Not crypto is fun. But these tools improve efficiency and market function. The warning about regulatory is also strategic. It signals that big banks want to participate, but only if the rules are predictable enough to defend in audits, compliance reviews, and political cycles. For the broadcast, the punchline is Wall Street is not waiting for permission to explore tokenization, but it is waiting for legal certainty before it pushes these products to full distribution. Expect more messaging like this, pro-innovation, pro-conditioned on clarity, because it helps institutions lobby for framework that allow growth while minimizing the downside. Adoption's coming, but they need more clarity, they need more regulatory clarity, and that is important. And here's another reason why. Manhattan DA pushes criminal penalties for unlicensed crypto operators. Unlicensed crypto operators. This story is about escalation. Civil enforcement already hurts. Fines, injunctions, shutdowns. But pushing toward criminal penalties changes the entire risk profile for operators. It raises the stakes for exchanges, brokerages, and on-ramp style businesses that are operating in gray zones. It increases pressure to either become fully licensed, geofence aggressively, or exit certain markets entirely. New York has a history of taking a harder line than many jurisdictions, and this move reinforces that posture. The industry-level impact is fragmentation. Compliant platforms get a stronger moat, smaller operators face higher legal risk, and users may see fewer product options in strict states. For viewers, it also is a reminder that regulation isn't one thing, it's a patchwork. While institutions build tokenization infrastructure with lawyers in the room, retail-facing operators are dealing with an environment where enforcement can arrive faster than rulemaking. This is why we need more clarity. This is why we need these rules in place, because you have local actors like the Manhattan DA that's looking to, for some reason, have that policy in place where they're going to try to criminalize people looking to build businesses on crypto in the U.S. Tennessee Tennessee issues first state cease and desist to Polymarket. It's not all just going to go smooth, everybody. So just be ready. It's going to be a lot of back and forth. Tennessee's cease and desist to Polymarket is a clean example of why prediction markets are becoming a regulatory flashpoint. The same product can be framed as gambling, as a derivatives market, or as a new information instrument. They're all true, and which label wins depends on the regulator and the jurisdiction. What's changing now is that prediction markets are no longer tiny. They influence narratives, they attract real liquidity, and they compete with legacy institutions in the price discovery of outcomes space. That makes them impossible to ignore. State-level actions also matter because they can escalate and scale quickly. One state moves, others copy, and suddenly you have an enforcement cascade. For the broadcast takeaway, prediction markets may be early, but they are not going away. The likely path, why does it say for the broadcast takeaway in here? It's like ChatGPT does some silly things for me. Prediction markets may be early, but they're not going away. The likely path is either heavier compliance integration and geofencing, or a push to establish clearer national frameworks. Until then, expect ongoing friction and headlines like this. And last but not least, I just want to remind everybody that BitFlow Finance is the place to go if you're looking to trade Bitcoin, stacks, runes, and more. They have flex pools, single-sided liquidity, their HODLMM dynamic liquidity market maker coming soon. I would expect within the next couple of weeks that will be live and out of beta, probably sometime mid-February. And sooner than later, they are opening up a new beta. If you're looking to participate, give feedback, let us know. We are looking for people that want to play around with it. Right now, we are using test tokens, but very soon we'll be going live with real tokens, real money, testing out as we're getting closer to ready for main launch. Check out bitflow.finance now. With that, we're going to bring on the homies, I think, unless they're still talking in the, I don't know if they're still talking in the whatever morning space or what. Good morning, GP. Are you with us? With me, my brother? Not sure where 300 is. I'm going to have to jump into the space and get to you guys. They're probably all just chatting away. Maybe the space is over. I don't know. Looks like the space is over. So I don't know where my friends are. We're dangerously entering the peace love monologue range, but I do have some other things to talk about here. So GP can jump in when he's ready. And actually, there's a number of things that have been going on in the Stacks ecosystem I want to touch on today. Anyway, so let me bring up. Always prepared, never prepared. That's the DeOrganized way. Okay, so, oh, am I don't have it on. Let's go. Whoops. What am I doing there? Oh, there we go. There we go. All right. Now, let me get this off of there. We don't need that anymore. Guys, you know that you can enter to win 200 STX daily. There's a question pinned in the live stream pinned post that you guys answer. When you answer, you get entries to win our monthly contest. We're giving away 200 STX. Friday entries are worth double, and the entry leader for the month will absolutely get a prize. So we'll have 100 stacks random for one random winner. Anyone that participates has an opportunity to win. Top entrant gets 50 STX, and then the second and third place runner-up will split the other 50 STX, 25 STX each. So you got an opportunity to win a little bit of stacks by participating daily. And today's question, by the way, what on-ramp do you use to move fiat into Bitcoin and why? And there's a series of posts on X that I want to get to that came out this week. Starting with this one from Rubes. Imagine a world where you can stake your Bitcoin directly on L1 and earn yield on it. Self-custodial staking is on the Stacks roadmap for 2026. HODL BTC, earn BTC. This would be an industry first and could potentially unlock billions in untapped capital. What it means for Stacks in 2026 as Stacks continues pressing as a protocol, we are circling the following progression to break this grander vision into tangible market alignment steps for 2026, leading with self-custodial Bitcoin staking. Stacks will offer BTC holders a safe self-custodial BTC denominated yield that can increase depending on the level of risk the holder is willing to take. Self-custodial Bitcoin staking product will extend the SBTC dual stacking program, simultaneously attracting and anchoring long-term high-value capital and allowing users to earn Bitcoin yield through a combination of locked Bitcoin and STX. Economics planning is already underway, and experts and key DeFi leaders are working on it right now. We're really excited about this. This is going to be a great development. It's going to another differentiation for Stacks, and obviously Leo the cat is also excited about it for sure. That was from Rooms. I have a couple more to go over. Let me look at this one from Tim, our brother. 200K plus financial institutions with trillions in liquidity. So far, less than 1% of institutions have taken direct balance sheet or product level exposure to Bitcoin. Institutional capital doesn't explore yield. It moves only through structures that meet custody and transparency constraints. HBTC is one of the few examples where BTC yield executes fully on-chain, remains non-custodial, and pays out in BTC. SBTC on Stacks already shows institutional interest in this class of infrastructure with over 4,500 BTC on chain. I think it's even more than that now. The future is BTC yield that fits institutional reality. Well said, Tim. If you're not bullish on the infrastructure being built on Stacks and the opportunity to onboard BTC into more yield earning opportunities, you need to get with it because that's what's coming. That's what we're at. That's where we're at right now. So we have that one by Tim. We got this one by Noam covering Bitcoin DATs. DATs need yield. That's digital asset treasuries. Need yield. Institutional infrastructure is the solution. DATs are successfully bringing Bitcoin to traditional investors. That means sustained demand and more BTC accumulation over time. The real question is how DATs become even more competitive. Stacks is part of the answer. Why DATs are so important? DATs matter because they securitize Bitcoin. They package a hard asset into financial instruments that traditional investors already demand. They turn BTC into investable financial products that fit existing capital markets. That's how institutional and retail capital gains exposure to Bitcoin at scale. At the same time, DATs accumulate more BTC its way. What can corporations, DATs holding BTC do today on Stacks? Rely on a tier 1 stable coin, USDCX with Circle. Awesome. Enterprise grade Stacks, STX stacking solutions via Figment. connected to liquidity across chain to wormhole adoption, STX availability on every top 15 global exchange via Bitfinex, deploy BTC into DeFi with top-tier execution standards via Fortify, top-tier security with bounties on Immunify and asymmetric analysis. Block Daemon, the institutional staker, provides node infra for stacks, safely custody, and trade tokens via leaving custodians, Copper, and BitGo. Wallet Connect integration gives a critical access point for institutional users, and get STX exposure via the top crypto investment platforms with 21 shares in Grayscale. Institutional infrastructure has lagged. There is no longer true. That is no longer a true statement on Stacks. Digital asset treasuries need yield, and it's happening on Stacks for Bitcoin digital asset treasuries. Excellent piece by Noam. We have, let's see, we got this one by Godfred Algorithm. Awesome dude in the Stacks ecosystem, very smart, super well connected. The rails for BTC and USD movement makes Stacks a core part of Bitcoin infrastructure. We all know it's unlikely that Bitcoin will implement and the features required for scalability, privacy, and expressive programmability on the base layer. But that's okay. That's one thing Bitcoiners agree on, at least for the rising decade. Additionally, it's almost impossible for Bitcoin alone to enable critical growth drivers in on-chain Bitcoin economy. All this is because Bitcoin has perfectly stood the test of time and become the ledger that custodies billions, if not trillions of dollars due to its strong technical stability and reliability. TLDR, institutions and retail need alternatives to BTC USD liquidity that they can verify themselves and trust over time, which Bitflow AMM on Stacks provides today with transparent execution, on-chain settlement, and a growing track record. This makes Stacks the most important decentralized Bitcoin rails for movement between BTC and USDC or USD with the launch of USDCX on Stacks. Great points there, my brother. We have one more from our amazing brother, the legend of Stacks legends himself, giving us the skinny on what's going on with AI. Bitcoin and AI meet at Stacks. While Bitcoin is the undisputed king of blockchains when it comes to security, it is limited by a lack of programmability until Stacks. Thanks to Clarity Smart Contracts, Stacks is able to bring AI to Bitcoin and unlock trillions of dollars. Unlock $1 trillion opportunity. Trillions in opportunities. In the Stacks ecosystem, we already have the AI BTC dev working group exploring how agents will use SBTC, building autonomous DAOs and agent micropayments using X402. But they have been ahead of the curve, and this is just the tip of the iceberg. Autonomous agent DAOs, imagine collections of AI agents forming decentralized organizations in which they allocate budgets and create a massive wave of innovative tech. These essentially agent-run businesses with zero human involvement and 100% transparent on-chain governance. Crazy new world we're coming into. People like to talk about passive income. This will allow for passive business building. There is no better place to do this than on Bitcoin, and there is no better facilitator than Stacks. AI agents as your crypto financial assistant. And this is all just the tip of the iceberg. Yes, Jack, we are super bullish on what's coming with the AI agents from the AI BTC dev, what Tony's working on with X402 on Stacks. Huge shout out to already 10,000 transactions on X402 just being launched in the last several weeks. We're doing amazing work here in the ecosystem, and I'm super excited to be here for it. And I think the homies are awake. We were a little, we avoided a peace love monologue. I got what I had to get covered. GP, are you there? There he is.
Good morning. Happy Friday, Peace.
Good morning, brother. How you doing today?
Doing good, man. Doing good. The grind is real. We are in the trenches. Let's go.
We are in the trenches, and there's just so much happening. It's crazy. I'm psyched. Really. 300 in the house. What's up? Did we raise
What's
enough?
happening?
Did we raise enough
Hope
money
you
to
will.
get you Vegas?
Oh,
In the 20
yeah.
since I talked to you
Yeah,
guys a
I
little
think
while ago?
I think I'm going to use the money that I for that to bring to Vegas. I think that would do that.
I wonder if there's a market for tickets to the Ark in Ark Raiders. Like, is there some synergy there? Is there, what's?
Oh, dude,
maybe
that's
that's
your screen name should your gamer tag on Arc Raider should be Ebo Noah.
that should be
Oh, that'll be sick, bro.
Ebo Hana.
That's
Ebo
good,
Hana.
dude. It's funny. I
hope
just
you
posted
well,
a clip of that we got. Cryptidity and I had ospreys on Bluegate yesterday, and we sniped this guy and sent him back to Speranza. So I just posted a clip. Hopefully, we can
let me check it out.
we could get some good cross community pollination with this and onboard some people from the Arc Raiders into Stacks.
Well, hold on. You sent them to where?
To Speranza. It's the main menu.
Speranza.
It's like when you're in a match and you get killed, you go back to Speranza.
So that's that's the waiting room, or where,
Yeah,
or
it's
where
loading. Yeah, dude. It's where you put your
do you have
gear together and stuff.
do you have
What do you
the
guys
memes,
think of? What do you guys think of the new morning show thumbnail?
Oh, dude.
Oh, yeah.
John Cena, you can't see me. Let's go. Look at I dig the shades, right? Like we look snazzy.
Yeah.
We do it better than the Blues Brothers.
Ooh, that's a great. I'll take that compliment to the bank.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. I like
Take
it.
it
I
out.
like it. So, GP, do you have a folder for the memes to put on the clips?
Yeah. So I'm starting to accumulate a lot of different memes that I'm putting overlaying on the videos for the different moments. Starting to save some up. So if you got some good memes, send them my way.
I have some. I think what we have to do is let's create a Google Drive folder where we can put all the memes that we can find. I have some good memes and some green screen, and also those MP3 files that you put behind these memes and clips. So if you can create a G Drive, I can upload some of the memes that I have this side.
G Drive for the G's. Let's go.
Oh, you got a name already?
Let's go, dude. For the GMFL, the GMFL. I think that's a good idea. A place where we can all share. That way we can have a unified format and see a little bit about it.
Yep. Just let me know when it's ready.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's been a lot of fun. And then, in the Zest Discord on Fridays around 3 p.m. ET, we like to play games, and I share my screen so everybody can kind of see what's going on. So I'm looking forward to game night. We've been having a lot of fun with Arc Raiders and then Cryptonauts. So we'll be doing, doing some gameplay, and then we may just cook on some Cryptonauts today too.
Definitely, bro. Definitely.
Yeah,
And yeah.
Clip up.
I'm always. Oh yeah.
Let's see. All right. So if I come here and click this button here. All right. All right.
Enemy spotted. Send him to Esperanza. You did.
Send him back to Speranza. For some reason, this leaper was like what? It had beef. It had beef after we killed that guy and sent him back to Speranza. There's a lot going on in this clip.
The leapers are evolved.
They are. Look at this thing. It's like eyeing me and piecing me up, just looking to get into some credits.
Oh,
It was
do we
funny.
have
It was a
Binta
clip.
in the building?
Oh, let me see. Do we have Binta in here? I do not see. I do not. I did hear. I did hear her.
Oh, I think. Yeah, I did hear a voice. I don't know. Maybe it's maybe from the clip, or you got a browser that was opening the space.
Was it from the clip? I did hear her voice for a second though.
No. Yeah.
Where's she at?
Oh, we are tripping.
I'm not tripping.
Don't tell me we're
Dude,
tripping.
I heard Binta's voice. Ain't no way.
Ain't no way we're tripping.
But so I just wanted to highlight this three. So yesterday, the Zest crew announced that they're going to be, giving some slots for early access for Zest V2. So I made this video here, covering, how to get into early access for Zest V2. Let me find it real quick. And I wanted to play this as well. I want to amplify this message. This is something that I'm really excited for. Zest V2 is. Let me pull this up too, and play this video real quick. Here we go. It's just it's your boy GP with Organized Media, Zest Protocol.
I think you can reduce our screens.
Zest handle that is at Zest Protocol. The access to Zest V2. 3 people that like, retweet, and comment will be selected. It's your opportunity to get the most advanced lending protocol on Stacks. This is a big moment for the Stacks ecosystem. Real Bitcoin borrowing and lending in a decentralized manner. This will be a huge update for Zest. Systems into different risk categories, giving you a no high. Hypothecation option for, so this is a huge, getting early access to Zest V2. This is the way to do it. As you can see, I have liked and shared. I also have come in and said, this is exciting, let's get it. I want that early access. So get involved, get into the Zest Discord, and stay tuned. Stacks. Stacks Markets V2 is launching very, very soon. I'll catch you on. You're in there like swimwear. I really am looking forward to getting access to SV2 and playing around with it. Seeing what the markets look like. So if you want early access, go like and share.
I got a little bit of early access. I got a little birdie dropped me a link for early access this morning. I logged in. I played around with it for 2 seconds. I didn't have enough time. That's actually probably why I was slightly late this morning. It was like, there's just I can't keep up. But I got early access, guys. So you gotta.
Yeah, you got the early access. You got a leg up on the competition.
Maybe you guys need to try to reach out to GP so you can get some be as cool as old Peace Load music here with early access. That's what
I do. I am the plug, right? I'm the plug. I do have the access. If you want access, the early access, and you can keep it on the low, hit me in the DMs. I got. Yes, dude. Jump to the Zest Discord. We're gonna. You can keep it. You can make it like the kids would call it high key if you want and get loud on the timeline, or you can keep it low key and keep it to yourself. Overfloat your boat. But yeah, I do know one thing. Get into the Zest coverings, Stacks Market B2. in the weekly screen share and kind of learning how to navigate the new updates and the new things on the platform. Be taking a look at the docs.
I will say this as far
Yeah,
as
the
low.
and
My favorite key is Siesta Key down on West Coast Florida, down near my dad's. Great beach, great sand, nice and soft. It's only about a 40-minute drive from my dad's house. So when I go visit, Siesta
Language,
Key.
man. You're speaking my language when you talk beaches, man.
If I could live on the beach, I would.
I'm a beach boy, man. Growing up, lived in a town outside of Hilton Head, South Carolina, called Ladies Island, and literally in my
Like an
backyard.
excellent place.
Doesn't it? But my mom always says this. She says that I walked. I'm from the water. I'm used to being around water. And I'm in the country. I'm
Aquaman.
We're all from the water. We came out of the water.
Oh,
like-
that's deep.
I think
That's
we're all
deep.
jealous. Well, I'm Rhode Island born and raised. We are the ocean state. There's more coastline per capita than I think anywhere. It's like, we're right on the ocean. It was a shipping capital in the 1800s. We textiles. I mean, we got maritime. We got dirty water. We got clean water. We got all sorts of beaches. Some surfing every so often. Although I never got into that. But I love the beach. My favorite. If I have a day off and it's nice out, if it's over 80 degrees, I want to be at the beach.
The only water that I like is the drinking water only.
You're not a swimmer.
Triana can swim.
We'll teach you. It's easy. Me and GP, I think between the two of us, we can get you buoyant.
That would be nice, bro. That would be nice because imagine if I'm in my ark. If I'm in my ark, sometimes I have to dive
be able
in.
to swim. What happens if the ark?
Exactly.
Gotta be able to swim.
The ark
rude
will be
yacht.
like,
Have a rude yacht.
oh yeah, I have to know how to
A
swim.
3-foot deep pool on the yacht for you to cool off in. No worries.
Yeah.
The root, right? Like we still have the plans to get the root. We still gotta we gotta get Jack. Get it into the States.
You gotta get Jack an Admiral's cap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's on the
And
timeline,
also,
guys. It looks like the advisor is going to be hosting a HODLMM boot camp today. Bring this up here. So let me read this real quick. Looking to get started.
I think it's next Tuesday.
Oh yeah, next
Wednesday.
Tuesday. So no,
it's next Wednesday.
January at 12 p.m. E. So looking to get in Stacks DeFi and HODLMM to earn top yield in the ecosystem. I'm hosting a free BFF to walk through how to do it step by step. Join next week on Wednesday, the 21st of January at 12 p.m. ET. And the link to the loop here below. All you got to do is click this little here, and I'll show you what it brings up. It will take you to this page here, where you will enter your pop up. You can put your name in. I usually just do GP, or you can do your X handle, gpsc.btc or gpsc_s. Pop in your email there to continue to registration for the HODLMM boot camp. So Pfizer, this guy is working really hard to educate the masses about Bitcoin DeFi. This guy is in the know about everything and multiple ways to earn with your stacks. So big shout out to the advisor. I just wanted to make sure that people know that is taking place next Wednesday, and I will actually be in there as well, kicking it, and I'll be hosting my own boot camp soon.
I was just going to bring that up because I talked to Big Mac yesterday. I will be hosting a boot camp or two the following week afternoon. But Big Mac was mentioning that he wants to get you on the lineup as well for hosting a boot camp. So I was meant to like kind of put a little bit of extra. We're leaning on GP. We need you to book a time, so we can make sure we know. You gotta be on it.
Yeah, I'm gonna be. Sometimes I wish there was like 3 or 4 of me, but I'm gonna find a perfect time that suits.
We all wish that, man.
It's like when
I mean, 3 or 4 of you.
To where, like,
if I had 3 or 4 of you, it's like it would be. We'd all be doing better. We all need we should talk to forget about Optimus Robot. GP Model 1.
Just do a Kagebushi no Jutsu.
Yes, dude. I've got all the jutsus. The
Shadow Clone Jutsu.
The hand Shadow Clone Jutsu, and then 15 of me pops out. I'll put the Stacks ecosystem, carry it to greatness, and then onboard the masses with my Shadow Clone Jutsu.
Yeah.
Do a Jedi mind trick.
We are corrupting peace now with anime again.
I wouldn't call it corruption.
One of these days.
I just don't have time.
Oh yeah.
Taco Friday. It's wild. We're going crazy here.
Oh.
Ducky. Does Ducky have a name? But did you find Jesus, by the way, GP? Have you found Jesus?
I've had Jesus. Jesus has never left me. He's in my heart. But no, man, Jesus is somewhere on my desk. I need to clean up my desk. My Jesus.
That's another. Yeah, I feel that one, man. No matter what I do, I try to tidy it up a little bit every morning, and it's just like I can't get through. There's like I need 4 GPs just to clean my desk.
I thought I was alone on that one.
No, we all are. Every time I go to put the sunglasses on, I'm like, what's on my desk? Hunter makes me.
Hunter would be like,
Hunter telling me a couple of weeks ago, I was like, oh, we can see what you're looking at. And I'm like, oh, damn. It wasn't so bad, but you never know.
Yeah. You just make sure that you.
Oh, go ahead, Hunter.
Oh yeah, I was saying to Peace that make sure you are not opening the wrong browser when you're wearing the shades, because we might see what you are seeing. Maybe you have to clear the cookies.
To be honest with you, I'm too old for that stuff now. Back in the day,
yeah, I know the age where you are clearing your browser cookies more often on a daily, like when some.
It was, I mean, we all have our own timeline, right? And I assure you that while in the moment it seems like that interest will never end forever, it wanes. It does wane. It never goes away completely in my experience. At least not. I'm not that old, I guess. But just don't need that tool in the toolkit anymore.
So did you guys see yesterday? InfoFi Meta got blown up. Cookie DAO, Quacks, all that price, crazy stuff. Ooh. Here's a post.
But why did they drop tokens and nobody held them because they're worthless? This is actually this goes to my point that 90% of tokens out there we do not need. You could have done this with Bitcoin or Ethereum or Solana or Stacks. But even on Stacks, I think we want Bitcoin, right? I mean, that's the prime asset. Stacks is for the infrastructure of Stack. STX is for Stacks infrastructure and proof of transfer, but the fundamental token on
the
Stacks
cool thing is
going to be Bitcoin.
Stack your stacks and you stack your sats, right? You stack STX, secure the network, and you earn Bitcoin. And you can even do it on Stacking DAO. in the native stacking pool and earn BTC sent directly to your wallet. Stacking with Stacking DAO, 0% fees on the rewards. Up to 10%.
I use all three options. I use all three options on Stacking DAO. I use STSTX, I use STSTX BTC to get some SBTC, and I use the regular native stacking to get some regular BTC.
So I would just want to read this post real quick, and this Nikita Beer, I guess he works with X, revising our developer API policies. We will no longer allow apps that reward users for posting on X, aka InfoFi. This has led to a tremendous amount of AI reply spam on the platform. API access from these apps, so your X experience should, once the bots realize they're not getting paid anymore. If you're developing, and we will assist in transitioning your business to thrive. So they obviously don't want the InfoFi meta here. That's kind of partially why all of these InfoFi tokens.
Meta and the woke crowd have you.
Yes,
that's where the bots belong
anyway. And you can go to Meta. But just wanted to point this out. This is from the BoostX_app. Go follow BoostX. Good reminder why BoostX doesn't depend on the X APY, built different. So if you're into InfoFi and earning, for yapping on the timeline and talking about the latest metas and staying ahead of the curve, you can still participate in the Stacks ecosystem, and earn a little bit of STX and stuff with BoostX, right? So this is the way.
What is BoostX?
So BoostX is a novel innovation in the Stacks ecosystem that allows users to earn tips in various different SIP10 assets from our ecosystem directly on X or Discord. So it's integrated into X and Discord, and you're able to transact on the Stacks blockchain directly from X. So if you have your BNS name, your .btc, .stx, or .id names from BNS.1 as your X name, you are eligible to earn space drops for going into spaces. And when somebody does a space drop, which is essentially an aired space, participants that have the BNS as their name, or you make a really, really nice post and somebody appreciates it, they have the ability to tip you with STX and those assets, and you start stacking and for yapping on the timeline. So really, really cool stuff.
Nice. I think it's great. So you can actually send people some Bitcoin right on X using BoostX and Discord too,
Yes.
I think, right?
Yes, you can. Both Discord and X allow start earning. So really cool stuff.
Awesome stuff. So guys, it is actually time. We got some Find2Earn rounds coming up. I believe the Game Master is on his way up from the underworld as we speak. We're going to have a quick word from our amazing sponsor at BitFlow, and then we will be right back with Find2Earn shortly. It is time. The Game Master has arrived in his true form. It is time to play Find2Earn. How are you today, sir?
GM. Say, how are you?
Can you hear us? Zenny?
GM, mortal. Se retorno le zebra. Let the fun begin.
Let's go. We are going to play some Find2Earn rounds today. We have rounds sponsored by LeoCoin, Nakamoto 1, and the jackpot round sponsored by Skullcoin. We have an opportunity to win some STX and we will get started. These game rounds are played on the Skullcoin BTC page on X. However, you do get an advantage for tuning into the live stream because we actually have the image you're looking for that we are going to distribute before it goes live, so you can actually get started.
I'm looking right now. One moment.
Let's go.
So
Jenny was expecting us to keep talking for a minute after he dropped in because we've been talking over the segment. I think that's wasn't quite prepared.
Yeah, if you don't know,
he thought he had time.
you need to be following Skullcoin BTC on X. Is Wednesdays and Fridays at 9:30 a.m.
Turn on
by Find2Earn.
Tune in Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and turn on notifications because sometimes they just drop some live rounds in the middle of the day on the TL. You guys only know about that if you have notifications turned on for Skullcoin. So make sure you turn on notifications. First rule of Find2Earn, by the way, you guys must share out the live stream. Share out the live stream, and then also make sure that you're liking and reposting the game rounds. It's very important. It helps us grow. If you like playing these games, having these opportunities to win on the regular, you need to share out the live stream so that we can grow, reach a broader audience, and attract more sponsors.
okay, let me share the live stream too. I am following the rules.
Yes, make sure you follow the rules.
Yeah, and also I want to mention we rename our GitHub to Skullcoin Labs and account Twitter to Skullcoin Studio to make it clear for the new audience that will come soon.
So we got 2 new accounts. We got you renamed.
No,
so
we just renamed to make it clear. So we are building the games and Skullcoin Labs developing innovations games. So we are a team and we are looking forward to scale soon. Be ready. I am finishing dark paper. I'm just finished the white paper, upgrading the last concepts with deep understanding because we're waiting for the new, very smart people that will come and read and understand why and what we are building. Okay.
Very cool. My wife would love this image because she's a huge fan of the old style campers. She loves campers and RVs.
Yeah, I like this camper. It's very nice colors.
Yeah, it's interesting. It's interesting. It's an interesting. And they don't make them like this anymore either. They're cheaper and they don't last as long.
Yeah.
You need a lot more maintenance. But some of the bells and whistles inside are kind of nice. Some of the.
It's interesting fact that this campers is popular in USA, but not so popular in Europe. I don't know why actually. It's maybe a culture thing.
Maybe. So you guys don't have as much RV interest. People aren't buying vehicles like that to go camping or drive around. Interesting. I wonder if it's just the way we developed and we were newer developed when the automobile, so we had more spread out space. I don't know. It's an interesting idea. But this game, you're going to be looking for this RV in front of this house. You got the white truck. There's a couple clues here that you guys can get to know. And this game round will launch on the Skullcoin BTC page on X in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Come on, Scott.
Let's go.
Hey,
let's go. Ande, Zigzoo.
Hey,
hello.
Repost. And this is how we play. We're looking for this image. This is the image. This is the starting location. You're going to click that starting location. It opens up in Google Maps. And then from here, you're going to look for that RV. Sometimes in the earlier rounds, it's not too far, so you don't have to go too far. Sometimes the game master likes to play tricks and he makes you think it's going to be far, but it's not. I don't see it right away.
Good luck, hunters.
Good luck, hunters. Hyundai. There's an RV, but not the same RV.
Hyundai, let's go.
Let's go. Come on, Scott. I can see it up top. Nope. Yeah, found it.
Okay, we have two people who found. It's only one MS and Fruity Patchouli, RISTX, and she was the first. She is the winner again. Congrats.
Fruity Patchouli has been cleaning up lately.
Yeah. She.
Oh, I found it. I did find it, but it was late. So for those that are new, this is how you would enter. You click this share button, you copy the link, and you go back to the game round. You drop your link here.
Okay, we play whitelist game soon.
All right, Stacks with the big win again. I think that's 3 in a row, right?
Maybe, yeah. Very good. She's on fire.
Yeah,
Okay, we
do
play
have-
whitelist game.
She's on fire, yeah.
We start in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go.
Let's go.
Jimmy, Andiamo, Igzu,
Andiamo.
Andiamo.
Amaskan,
Pecado.
Don't forget to like and repost. Even if you're not playing, if you're not eligible to participate in whitelist, like and repost,
Right.
so we will invite the more audience. But calm, because the new audience will come anyway. So I'm just, by the way, I'm following the meta on like streams on Fun, and since there is no new meta, what the people do, they just trying to create the coins by themselves for developers, solo developers, gaming developers, and create it through bug. I think bug.fm, it's opportunity to give the 100% creators fee to game developers. So it's very funny because like there is no new meta, so the community trying to create some kind of meta.
Interesting. So they're all just
They just choosing accounts, and by the way, it's opportunity for cryptonauts if crypto dude want to do these things, because like they just choosing accounts. You know how it works. They creating the coins by themselves, anyone, and all the fees goes to this X account. So if you verify your X account, you can just to claim the fees. This is how it works. It's a good tech. I believe it's a really good technology.
well, we'll see. So have you? When do you planning on starting streaming soon?
Yeah, maybe in the end of month we'll see.
Sick.
Interesting. Very interesting.
Seeing you changed the name Skullcoin Studios. That's dope.
Yeah, because like this is the right name, because I like the gaming studios, and we are also the studio. And on GitHub
dude.
we are Skullcoin Labs, because we need like to make it clear for the new audience.
I like it, dude. I like the direction.
Yeah, I like it a lot. I think it's because it speaks more to what you guys are, more than just Skullcoin game at this point too.
Right.
Yeah.
Multiple.
But by the way, like you see, like the Creator Studio, the X at the new tab, like Creator Studio. I'm not sure. I don't know what is it. But listen, if we go in like for the mass adoption, believe me, we will create a lot of like not giveaways, but a lot of these kind of challenges. These kind of challenges when you have to help us to create the new games, new prompts, and this will be the huge for Stars Guild, for any like developers, for any like person.
Yeah, there's a lot.
And
go ahead, Hannah.
Yeah, I want to ask Zeni, are you going to restream it to X, or you just exclusively streaming to PumpFun?
By the way, I don't know, like if it's possible, yeah, we will restream for sure. I'm not sure if it's possible from like
It's possible
from-
we used to do that with Jack, Because Jack, when he was
Okay,
streaming on,
maybe you
yeah,
will help me to guide this thing.
definitely. I will
Because
help
you know I'm doing so much things, so I just don't have a time for like small things like. But it's important. I agree with you, Trihana. Yeah, it's an important thing because the more audience will follow, and this is the way. So if we launch again, like I'm repeat, like if we launch this games in the evening, so in the morning, the daytime, we still play on DeOrganized, and the new audience come DeOrganized. It's my daydreams, but I believe in community.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it's however we can get out and get in front of more people. That's the goal.
Yeah, because I think like a lot of things exist in the world, and a lot of smart people doesn't know about these things and just thinks like innovations does not connect to people. So if more people will know about the organized, what we are building, even like if X platform with like their core team will see those games, they understand this is very cool opportunity for the X platform to grow the new audience, because these games is really fair and people like it. Okay, let's launch the last one.
All right, last round for the jackpot round, and it's another new jackpot round with starting with 30 STX today. Is that
yeah, 30 stacks.
30 stacks up for grabs, my friends. So get with it, get back, get to the Skullcoin BTC account. This game round launches. Are you ready to launch?
Yeah, let me check. I may like then send the people to other continent. I need to check it. Yeah, wait a moment. Chat, be ready. We'll play soon. We give you like 5 minutes. Easy quest. We want to see the winner, but if you will be the lazy hunters today, we'll move the price to the Monday. Okay, we're ready. Can you count down?
In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go.
Let's go, chat. Like and report.
Let's go.
Like and report before you play, and we will move forward. Oh, and also, I mentioned I don't, I forget about it. Yeah, we bought the domain name Find2Earn.com.
Oh, very nice. Find2Earn.com.
So, to our chat, to our audience, we tell this thing like, so we will create, since it will be fun, we will create the coin, but we will not ask you to buy it, because hunters, you will grind, you will farm like the rewards from the game, not from the coin, because the coin is just not financial advice. It could spike the price, it could be anything, like they will not bundle it. So just focus on the games, not on speculation.
Right. What he's saying is that when they create a coin on, because you have to have a coin to stream on Pump Fund. So that coin is more for just streaming on Pump Fund. It's
not just for attention, because it will be spike price. The price will be spiked, but there will be a lot of snipers, a lot of audience. So not chase, not try to be the snipers, not try to buy it, or better focus on Find2Earn Games, because this gives us opportunity to make new partnership with meme coins, new games, scale, and make bigger prizes. Okay, the game is on. We still have no winners. We'll wait for the win. The winner for what is game is Josh Smart. He's a new player.
Congratulations. Thank you for joining.
Okay, chat. Hunters, you have 4 minutes. Let's go.
4 minutes, guys. Get to it. Where are we in the world? Texas. Yorktown, Texas.
You don't mess with Texas. At least that's what they say.
I wouldn't. You know, like, I'm not scared of Texas. Don't get me wrong. But
I'm not scared of Texas. I'm just not gonna mess with it. Which I don't need.
I don't need that. I got enough going on. I can't even get my live stream going on time these days. I haven't got time to mess with Texas. Looking for this red Chevy Beater.
Where's this Chevy Beater at, man?
Where is the Chevy Beater? I don't want to diminish the prize, but I don't even care about the stacks. I just want to win. I need a win. I haven't been in the win column.
The W.
For too long.
W's in the chat.
W's in the chat.
By the way, what do you think? Maybe we have to remove like repost plus like to join the hunt, because maybe algorithms chase these words.
You mean maybe do something else besides repost?
No, I mean like people have to do it, but we have to speak it on the stream, because I believe like the algorithms chase these words. Like if you write something like you have to repost and like, and the algorithms just ban you.
Yeah, what you're saying is true, because it flags the tweets and also shadow bans the account. So what you're saying is true.
For liking and reposting?
Yeah, because like these words could be like the black words for the algorithms, and they make lower your engagement by default.
Oh, because they're catching that we're saying this.
Yeah. Because like I have these words in each game, but now we have maybe to pivot to remove these words, and just to explain the audience, you have to do it, but.
Yes, maybe don't put it in the game round posts.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Actually, I'm also hearing things about tagging in like images and posts is not can actually hurt your reach and stuff too, depending on what you're doing. I don't know if you guys are familiar with that.
No, we are not tagging on image anyone, like, yeah.
All right, so you're not tagging anybody, yeah, but that's something that my understanding is also being downgraded. They don't want like or like if I tag stacks in a post, it's okay because it's a big account, but I'm basically telling the algorithm that post is specifically for stacks and people in their sphere, like their mutuals and people. So it'll only get the stacks community. It won't be a broader post. If I don't tag anybody, it'll get a broader distribution based on the content rather than a tag. So yeah, we definitely can. We're always working on our processes, and maybe not putting those words in the game rounds, because we're saying it live anyway.
How about putting that in the image?
Does that help? Does that potentially also restrict distribution?
I don't think the algorithm is able to watch images.
I don't know, because Grok can definitely analyze a lot. It's a pretty solid tool, and that's what's doing it, by the way. Like everything that's being analyzed by the algorithm is being done through Grok. So interesting.
Cookies unhinged.
Okay, seems like we have a winner, and it's Elder Statesman. Congrats, man.
Hey, all right. Pim's
Oh,
Elder States.
Let's go.
Congratulations. Let's
Congrats,
go.
Elder Statesman.
Hello. Come on, Scott. Andiamo.
Zoo and they.
Exu. Let's go.
Okay, congrats, everyone. Do we have like SIP call today? Yeah.
We do have SIP call today. You are welcome to join. I am not 100% positive.
name. Stacks is where it's at. Fast transactions are flat. The leading L2 is making maxis look bad. Stacks is where it's at. Fast transactions are flat. The leading L2 is making maxis look bad.
Every post is a signal. Give it fuel. BoostEx, the social value layer.
Let's go.
DeOrganized media keeps the mind share. Growing in the morning with peace and GP. Keep you knowing the alpha keeps flowing. The hunters tools they be showing. The AI Gale keeps them in clips that be glowing. Consistent on the daily, they bring Bitcoin news. Ethereum, Solana, and stacks and other L2s. Showcasing new projects and giving you clues. Just do your own research and don't give us abuse. When the people are informed, peace brings on the chat. Spotlighting guests and filling up your bags. The flag doesn't matter as long as you grab. Take the gold mic and let us know where you stack. Up from the underworld, the game master arrives, bringing the games that satisfy the hive. Hunters come running, it keeps them alive. Scouring the planet for the treasures inside. Stacks improvement takes a sip, innovating the chain, letting the community know it's the name of the game. Spreading awareness and helping.
Good morning, my friends. It's your old pal Peace Love Music with another episode of the Let's Go Good Morning Show, brought to you live by DeOrganized Media in partnership with our amazing friends over at Bitcoin Live Decentralized Broadcasting. Special shout out to Bitflow.finance, who helps us make this all go. Love what's going on over at Bitflow. If you are looking to trade Bitcoin, stacks, runes, and more, Bitflow.finance is the place to go for the best swap rates. It is Friday, the 16th of January. We got a lot going on. It is Stacks Improvement Friday. So we got the news that I'm going to be bringing on shortly. We'll chat around with the boys. We'll play some Find2Earn rounds at 9:30. At 10:30, we have Hero, Gamer, and Hattie joining us to talk about the latest in Stacks Improvement, what's going on in the Stacks Improvement proposal world, how things are changing, what the engagement is. Getting lots of engagement on the Stacks forum and more proposed SIPs coming all the time. Lots of action and activity there. So we're super excited about that. At noon, we have a special guest, Michael Merkel from the BTC Pay Server project is going to come talk to us about what's going on with that. Very interesting and timely, because it might actually affect some of the interesting projects being built on Stacks as well, providing some infrastructure opportunities that maybe we didn't know existed. Maybe it does, maybe it doesn't. But it might be a great opportunity just for you to know about different ways you can send and receive Bitcoin. So that's happening at noon. Also, I believe later on at like 4 or 5 p.m., I think it's 4 p.m. ET, Tenderly will be doing a standalone show on the live stream today. So we'll be running through at least 5 or 6 o'clock tonight. Nosferatu is going to be producing that show. So we're expanding. We got more people contributing in more meaningful ways all the time. Super excited about that. Friendly reminder, this is a news show. We're providing news and information, some education, some entertainment, hopefully. But never financial advice. Always do your own research. Never invest money you cannot afford to lose. That being said, the numbers this morning, let's take a look at these numbers. Oops, we're actually a little ahead of ourselves. Bitcoin coming in at 95,369, not terrible, down almost 1.5%. Ethereum holding on to 3,300, even though it's down 2%. That's not the worst case. I know things are getting a little shaky. People are maybe getting a little concerned, but I would definitely not capitulate. I'm not capitulating. Stacks down 5%, but still over 36 cents, way over 35 cents, holding on to 36 right now. Interesting numbers. And we have the top 3 gainers for the last 24 hours. Chili's. Wow, I haven't seen this one in a while. I didn't even know what the price used to be. I know there was a while where Chili's just ripped a few years back. Dash, again, this is like a throwback. 88 bucks. So Dash is an oscillator still. Sky, not familiar with, another 4%. So we do have a few gainers, but most of the market is flat to red. Worst losses are 9% off on Polygon. Man, I feel bad for those guys. I do. I do not feel bad about cutting that bag when I did, though. I believe I hold more stacks because I sold my Polygon. Which is probably still a net positive move, although the timing may not have been perfect.